What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? This is Marcus Frazier from Teachable Tuesdays, here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. Thank you for joining me today. Greatly appreciate it. If you could, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification button to make sure you stay up to date with all of my future Teachable Tuesday videos. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. And today, we're going to be continuing our series. This is going to be the series finale of the refresh series, where I've been talking about how in different ways you can hit the refresh button on your life. So first week was a generalization. Last week we're talking about with people. Now we are going to be talking about ourselves as far as dealing with, things that are internal, also things that are dealing with, external, not necessarily with people, but maybe our jobs, maybe with school, maybe with certain projects, and so on and so forth. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started today. If you have not checked out part 1 or part 2, maybe you're a new subscriber, or maybe you just got a chance or need a chance to get caught up, I would recommend checking out part 1 and 2 first, and then coming back and viewing part 3, so that way you can get the full totality of the whole entire series. But here we go. So part 3, hitting the refresh button on yourself. Last week we talked about hitting the refresh button on people and what that meant and whatnot. Now it's time for us to focus internally, right? And sometimes that's the most important aspect of hitting the refresh button. Now, once again, like I mentioned in the general video with part 1, when you hit the refresh button, it's similar to when you're on an internet browser on your computer or on your phone. It refreshes your page. It is not meant to necessarily restart the entire system. It's just meant to restart the page, which that page can represent the chapter of your life, right? So when it comes to hitting that refresh button, there's many benefits. Sometimes, as I mentioned before, internet browser's going slow. I'm a teacher, so oftentimes my kids will be like, "Hey, mister, my internet's acting slow. This page is not loading. Did you hit the refresh button?" Oh, boom. Problem fixed. Not all the time, but sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to hitting the refresh button on ourselves, there's several benefits. I say the 2 main benefits that I can think of off the top right now is, number 1, it gives you a clear perspective on what you need to do as an individual. And number 2, it also gives you a clear pathway on how to navigate through your current life. And sometimes it can get blocked. We see blockage, and the blockage is not necessarily from people. Sometimes the blockage is from ourselves and the things that we have going on in our lives. I know me, as I mentioned last week, I have a tough time finding balance. And a lot of that balance comes from internal things that occur and a few external things as well. But I'll start with the internal things because I think that's a lot more important, and the need to grasp it is important as well compared to external. Because if you handle the external will come in due time. Internal factors of you hitting the refresh button. Maybe it could just be that your mind is swamped out. And when I say swamped out, I mean like literally you're checked out as a person. You know what I'm saying? You've had so much going on in your life that you are just completely shut down. Maybe it's gotten to a point where you're dealing with depression or other mental health challenges. Maybe you're not quite there yet and you're just tired. You know what I'm saying? We've all been there. And sometimes you might need to hit that refresh button on yourself to get back on track. That refresh button may simply be just you getting some rest, physically, mentally, and emotionally. It may require you to have some days where you do absolutely nothing. I'm learning as an individual who's always out and about and doing stuff that do nothing days are the best days. And when I say do nothing days, I mean, if you can help it, don't leave your house / apartment, don't work out. Just do nothing. Like literally sit there. We live in a society where it's like grind. And I get it. And trust me, I'm a firm believer. You want to talk about the definition of grind? That's me. Grind should be my 3rd or 4th middle name. You know what I'm saying? That's how much I be grinding when it comes to getting stuff done. But what I've been learning as of lately is rest is just as important as grinding. If you grind 6 days a week, you can rest for a 7th day. Actually, it talks about the word of God having a rest day, the Sabbath day, which I'm not going to get into that right now. This is not a spiritual video. I'm just saying it to make a point that, there are times you need to rest, right? That's one way you can hit the refresh button. Another way you can hit the refresh button internally is telling yourself no. Remember last week I talked about telling other people no. This week, it's about telling yourself no. Sometimes you literally have to be like, nah, I'm not doing that today. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, We have skating on, by the time I'm recording this video, I'm recording this video on a Friday. But last night, we have Rhythm Night in Orlando. DJ Stretch, shout out to him, by the way. And I was going to go skating. But Inferno is this weekend. For those who don't know who Inferno is a big skate party that they have in Orlando yearly. It's just come back recently. It was out for 2 years because of COVID. Basically, when you talk about a homecoming for skating for Orlando, Inferno is it. I'm going to be skating possibly 3 nights in a row. At minimum, definitely 2. I thought to myself, do I really want to be skating 4 nights in a row? Is my body going to be able to handle that? Answer, probably not. Maybe it could have, but more than likely not. So with that being said, I said, you know what? I'm going to opt out of skating tonight, and I'm going to rest my body. I told myself no, as bad as I wanted to go. And it was, it was one of those things where I didn't feel bad about it in the morning. In fact, I worked out this morning, did a full body workout, and I'm going skating tonight because it's the start of Inferno, and I'm going to have a good time. But the whole point of it is, it's not about Inferno. I'm just making a point to say that sometimes you got to tell yourself no. You know what I mean? Sit your butt down somewhere and just relax. For all my busy people out there. Hitting the refresh button from an internal point also might be putting off things that you can possibly do later on. Doesn't really need to get done today. Sometimes, yes, it's a must. Obviously, you need to shower. You need to eat. You need to drink your water. Yes, drink your H2O, especially during the summertime. It's hot, okay? Things you may not need to do. Maybe you don't need to do that homework assignment today. Unless it's due today, then in that case, knock it out. If you got a homework assignment, maybe if it's due a week and a half from now, and you're just feeling tired, put it off. It'll be okay. It'll still be there tomorrow, and maybe you'll have more energy to get it done tomorrow. Maybe it's a work project, and your boss said, hey, can you have this to me by next week? Like next Friday. Let's say it's due literally a week from now. And you're the type of person where you're like, ooh, I'm going to get it done now. But your body's just like, Don't do it. You got a week. I ain't saying wait till the last minute, which I'm working on procrastination, by the way, because I'm horrible at that. But give it some time. You know what I'm saying? So many different things that you can do internally to hit that refresh button so that way you can be ready. You know what I'm saying? I told myself that next summer, I'm not going to work. I may be moving next summer. For those, I haven't talked about it much on this channel yet, but I guess it's a good time to say it. I am strongly considering moving to California. Strongly considering. And if I get accepted into UCLA for my doctoral program and I get the funding to go there, which I'm going to reapply in the fall, oh yeah, I'm definitely moving next year to California. But regardless if I move or not, I'm not working next summer. I told myself that I'm going to do whatever I need to do during the fall and the spring to make the money I need to make, so that way I'll have everything covered for the summer and I can afford to relax. Because I have not had a summer in which I have not worked and just relaxed since 2018. And I'm not saying working is a bad thing. I love working at Boys and Girls Club. I love working with kids. But I just need a break. If I'm not working, I'm doing school. If it's not school, it's work, or a combination of both. It is just time to relax and release. So that's my goal for next summer. Now, that means I'm going to have to make some sacrifices, or should I say delayed gratification, to get there. But that's going to be my form of hitting the refresh button, because teachers need a break during the summer. Our job is not easy, okay? I love kids, but kids can be very draining. We take on a lot of roles as a teacher. And I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, you probably have an occupation where you take on a lot of roles as well. And even if you're taking on one role in particular, it's still a lot. So I totally get it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, hit the refresh button. As far as the external, I guess that kind of jumps into the external forces, where maybe you might be overworking. Like I mentioned before, a lot of projects going on, and you just need a break. Ladies and gentlemen, it is okay to take a break. If you learn nothing else from this discussion for today, it's okay to take a break. Get some rest. Get some rest. It's okay to take a break and get some rest today. Yeah, like how I put that, what's that song called? No, that wasn't it. Dang, it was a melody for a nursing line. I forgot that fast. Jeez Louise. Whatever. Anyways, you guys get the point. Hit the refresh button on yourself. Also, one thing I also want to talk about. Sometimes hitting the refresh button on yourself will offer a clear path and show you things that you did not see initially or you may not have wanted to see. I made a Teachable Tuesday short, which if you haven't checked it out, I think that's really, really important. And it talked about, us not always being the victim. Sometimes the actions that we take make victims of other people based on our choices. Sometimes hitting the refresh button will provide clarity. I had a friend of mine old friend of mine who I had wrongfully let go a couple years ago. And I am very, very much not strongly thinking about, I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to apologize to this individual because I realized what I did was wrong. And we haven't talked since 2020. I offered a half-crooked apology. It was one of those apologies where it was like, I'm sorry. I just want you to know that no, it ain't no but. If you sincerely apologize to somebody, ain't no conjunction. You do it because you knew you were wrong. And this person still may never speak to me again. And it is what it is. I did my part. But I know I was wrong for what I did. And it required me hitting the refresh button on my life for me to truly realize that as much as I've been hurt by people, I've hurt some people. You know what I'm saying? And again, I talked about this more in the Teachable Tuesday short. If you want to check it out, go check it out. I'm not going to dive deep too much into there, but y'all know I'm very transparent. And I'm not afraid to take accountability. I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. And yeah. So hit the refresh button on your life. Not just for other people, but for yourself. I promise you'll thank yourself later for it. But anyways, that's all I have for today. Thank you guys for joining in. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Not really sure what the next series is going to be on. I do know I have a lot of videos to catch up on as far as collaborations are concerned, which I'm going to have one special collaboration coming your way that is tied to one of my passions, which is skating. It was something I literally just thought about today. I'm like, you know what? This is the perfect weekend to do it. So, yeah, make sure you stay tuned for that. It's going to be a very, very much different format of a video. But I think you guys will like it. If I could just find a way to combine the clips and make it smooth, I think it'll turn out well. But anyways, this is Marcus Frazier from Teachable Tuesdays, here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. I love you guys. Hope you guys take care of yourselves and get yourself some rest when you can. Okay? Peace.